Hello.
You did get all dressed up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, so I wonder, I mean, this is live somewhere. I wonder I wonder if it's because I checked my Zoom. Like, so I just use Zoom. I
Yeah.
don't know what it would be doing. Because last week it was the same thing. It was showing like no video, and
Yeah.
then at the last minute it came on.
Yeah. I don't know. And I've never not had sound on my machine and I just rebooted and it was fine. So I don't know what the deal is.
I
So
think
we'll
it
see
was
if any now everybody has the wrong link. We'll see if anybody shows up. If not, we'll just chat
Oh,
for a
really? Oh,
while.
you want to do it right now? Are we alive?
Do you want oh yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got
I feel
all
like
dressed
someone
up.
joined.
What's that?
Someone joined.
Oh, it's Anik because she knows because she's in the room next to me.
We'll just run a half-hour show.
So you're inspired to get dressed up this morning.
Yeah. I watch Reservoir Dogs, so I got inspired to wear this.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Adjust my microphone. What do you think that was? Whoa.
I don't know. I mean, I've never had that glitch happen with my computer before, so I
I
don't know
think it
what
was
that.
mine. I restarted mine and then was back. Look at 4
Yeah,
people.
I rebooted. Mine was fine too, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
What
I'm
we
with
got
you on
going
the
on
next time.
vibrationally.
Next
What's that?
time though, 15 minutes early. I'm with that.
Yeah, we'll sign in early. We'll
That's
get
what I did
everything
today
set.
because seriously, it was same thing last week. It was not showing.
Yeah,
Oh well.
yeah,
What's
cool.
new with you? Gotta
So
get the tie in the view.
yeah, and not a whole lot new with me. I just been practicing. We're not practicing, but exploring the woodlot and getting ready for Christmas. And I did a fun webinar on Sunday night.
Okay, what was that?
That was on healthy mind, healthy body.
Okay.
Because I've been going through my own health stuff and shifts. I've been kind of inspired to kind of play with that topic. Um, so I talked a lot about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system and how emotions and beliefs impact our ability to heal and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
was really
great.
good. I'm kind of getting the nudge to do some one-on-one work with people. So I
Have you
might offer
not? Do you not? I thought you still do.
once in a while. The last few clients, it was about $5,000 or $6,000 for the
Yeah.
package that I did. Um, I've been focused mostly on the group stuff because it's fun to interact with a lot of people. Um, Most people financially are more at the like $100 a month price range.
Sure.
So it makes it more accessible, even though it's still different than doing week after week work with somebody for 5 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever it is. It's a different experience.
Mhm.
Um, I appreciate both. Um, so I just kind of follow the flow of what people want.
Yeah, I think that for you, I get it. Like for me, it would be like the same people with the same stuff over and over and over again. Like with one person, it's all the same thing. You
Yeah.
got to shift it up. You got to shift it up.
Yeah. And it's like I haven't done a lot of health work. I haven't done any real law of attraction or mindset emotional health work in years. And if people understood how the nervous system works and how the parasympathetic nervous system is akin to healing, and how if you're not in your parasympathetic, your body has a hard time doing what it needs to do to heal itself. And it impacts everything from chronic pain to your immune system to digestion to headaches. I think healing is so much easier than what people realize, but because people are stuck in their mental body all the time, they don't give their nervous system isn't a place that allows the healing process to happen.
So is it a thing they're just like in a ready state all the time? They're never letting go.
So what it is our nervous system is always either in a sympathetic state or a parasympathetic state.
Sure.
Sympathetic is fight or flight,
Mhm.
danger, unsafe, anxious, and most people most people are sympathetic dominant.
Yeah.
So 500 years ago, the only true danger was physical danger, being chased by a bear or whatever it is. Now danger is emotional danger. It's walking on eggshells. It's the stress and pressure of finances, the stress and pressure of a micromanaging boss.
Mm.
It's perfectionism. So all of these fears, whether people realize it or not, are keeping people dominantly in their sympathetic, which is not congruent to where your body needs to be in order to physically heal. So I would say it's the biggest missing puzzle piece from Western medicine is getting people in that rest and repair mode. And you're not getting in rest and repair mode when you wake up in the morning, even with a full night's sleep, and you're still tired.
Sure. Sure. So even in sleep state, the body's ready to get after it.
Yeah, if you're not truly entering rest and repair mode, you're not giving your physical body the ability to heal. And for the last few months, we've talked a lot about the importance of grounding for your spiritual
Mm.
connection. But that grounding is also what gets you out of your head and allows your body to relax and get into the parasympathetic healing state.
So what's the biggest thing to start before you go to bed or the first thing in the morning? Like what's
It's
the
it's different for everybody. So
yeah.
the first thing I would do on a one-on-one call is explore what's preventing that person from being grounded. What it is it that's keeping
Mhm.
them stuck in their mind? And for some people, it's stuff that comes all the way back to childhood, right? If you grew up in an environment where you had an emotional parent who was bipolar and you never knew what emotion they were in and you're always on eggshells,
Yeah.
well, your subconscious mind gets so used to being in that state that even when you move out, you're still on eggshells, right? And
Yeah.
it's still keeping you dominantly in your sympathetic.
Is that a thing that you could do in a group setting, or do you have to do like a one-on-one to really dial in what is for
Yeah,
the
on
person?
on Sunday, I announced a 5-week program,
Mm.
a group program, and it's only like $300 a month, or $300 for the program, which is 5 weeks, where the dominant focus is getting people back to their sympathetic.
That's cool.
Or
You did
back
that
to their
online or
parasympathetic, sorry. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
5-week Zoom thing.
Oh,
It's
that's cool.
honestly, it's what everybody needs more than anything, both
Right.
in the context of physical healing and in the context of spiritual connection.
Right. Because it's all interlinked.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When you're grounded in your body is when you're connected to source. When you're up in your head all the time, you're disconnected's a strong word, but your connection is from within here when you're down in here, not up here in your mental body.
Yeah, I noticed that I need to almost take a inventory of myself or where I'm at because I was slipping for a few days there. And it's like, oh yeah, no, I haven't been grounding.
Yeah,
I've
and
been
it's the
so
time.
active.
I'm guessing December is probably the most stressful time of year for people. So of
Oh
course
yeah,
most
of
people are,
course.
are in their heads and ungrounded more than usual.
Yeah. So do you think after all that, I mean, it's kind of a rest period after in January or it
I don't
continues
know.
on?
I don't know. January is typically like a busy work month, at least for me.
Mm,
Um, but I don't want it to be. So I don't know. I'm less in the planning and more in the simply allowing. So I guess January is going to be whatever January is going to be.
yeah. You got a little cold?
A little bit.
Yeah. Is this why people can have strong urges to control the environment?
Yeah, the strong urge to control your environment is the need for safety. It's seeking safety. I feel safe when I'm in control,
Ah, oh. Is it
right?
not all interrelated to that? Because I mean, obviously, like you said, if your mother's bipolar, you're seeking safety in that moment, right?
Or you feel unsafe in that moment,
Right.
right? And I
Right.
think different people compensate in how they seek safety.
So they some shell up or
I think so.
yeah. What's the different like how many do one or how many do another? I'm just curious.
I have no idea. There's so many different forms of compensation for different types of fear. So some people have fear of being abandoned. So instead of allowing themselves to be subjected to abandonment, they'll abandon everybody else before they have a chance to be abandoned themselves.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right? So for everybody's got their own fears, and then it's either you work through the fear or you're compensating in your reality in some way.
So how important is it like so you're looking deep inside you and feeling that emotion first or
I
what do
think
you
it's I think it's even slowing down enough to become consciously
uh,
aware that that emotion is even there,
okay.
right? And then you can practice grounding, which is a muscle you can build
Sure.
But by working through and eliminating that fear, it's going to be a lot easier to hold the grounded state.
Right. Yeah. Well, when did you start that? You started last week?
Start what specifically?
Oh, the 5-week thing.
No, it hasn't even started yet. I
Oh, okay,
announced it on
good.
Sunday. That doesn't start till
Oh.
January.
Oh, that's great.
So I announced it on the webinar. So I don't know if we're going to run it yet. We'll see if we get enough people. So fingers crossed. It's an interesting topic. My experience has been that when I offer what it is that people really need, there's a lack of tendency for people to want to sign up. So, and I don't know why, because to me, this topic of like getting people back to being parasympathetic dominant, I can't think of anything more important than that in the self-help space, whether it be for your connection to source or manifestation or for your physical well-being. So, my perception is that like people should be lining up for this if improving their health or their reality is what they're looking for. But it doesn't sound sexy.
Right.
It doesn't sound exciting.
Right.
So I think people are more drawn to sexy and exciting than what it is they actually need in most cases.
Well, so do you have to do it? You have to sell it like this one trick, This
it's
one
like
trick will kill everything.
the one thing that will make you abundant for the rest of your life.
Well,
it's just like,
why not sell it? I mean, if it's like you say, it's the most important thing, then why not sell it that way?
But the
you
thing
just feel
is
bad
like
about it.
It's the marketing that's gross. So like the first thing I taught on that seminar was that healing is not black or white. Right.
Yeah.
So I talked about, mindset first and foremost, which was sympathetic, parasympathetic, and how that relates to mindset. Then I talked about nutrition and how a lot of foods now don't have the same nutrition they had 70 years ago. I recommended some products. And then I talked about genetic tendencies. So you can never say I have one solution that will fit everyone for everything, because that's not true. But that's how a lot of marketing, the YouTube videos that got all the views are the one solution that's going to manifest you $1 million in the next 7 days. Like that's what people watch.
Sure.
Right? Because people want easy and magical and instant. And like there's nothing instant about doing the proper work.
Yeah. So I've definitely been on the other side of it, because when I did all my Abraham videos, they're sensational. Like I just didn't care. Like I want your click. The topic is so good, the information is so good. I want that click. It doesn't cost you anything for the click. I want it. And so it would bold letters and capitalization and all that fun stuff. I went after it. And so I'd be curious if anyone even cared. Because now I'm sure if you asked Abraham or
for me, it's important to be like open and honest and authentic. I've always been that way, and that's something I'll never compromise for myself.
Yeah.
And I would never advertise a program where I would say, take this program and I guarantee you'll be a billionaire by the end of the month.
Well, okay,
right?
but
if you advertise a program with that description, you get probably tons of signups.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like
guarantee anything.
Yeah, but it's still about integrity. Like it's I'm not here to try to con people into anything. I'm here because I want to help people transform their lives, and telling people they're going to manifest $1 billion in a month. There's nothing, I don't know. There's nothing fun with that.
All right. But no, wait, I'm on the side. I'm still marketing. I'm pushing this marketing for you. I've got something to sell you.
Okay. You tell me. So I did an hour-long webinar.
Yes.
I told exactly, I asked the question. I said, what's the most important thing to understand about healing?
Okay.
Number one was it's not black or white, right? And then I said number two, the number two most important thing about physical healing is your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And nervous system is what controls your sympathetic and your parasympathetic and all the things we just talked about.
Right.
So I explained and I showed how probably 90 to 95% or even more people are dominantly sympathetic, which is not that state of healing.
Right.
So how do you sell that? You sell that for me.
Perfect. You super easy, because you said all the right words, right? you said before you can do X, you have to do Y, right? So that's a tag. You have to do this first. There it is. Like this is the most important part of manifesting. And so yes, it doesn't even have it did come from your mouth. You can use those words, you can put them in the headline, you can put them as like you said, you did a power manifesting course. Power manifesting, that's amazing, that's so vibrant, like you have to do these steps, you have to take these steps first, and I think that that's important for people to know. And it's not it's not even shystery.
Like I talked to my neighbor who's like, he's a medical doctor, he's a surgeon, he's like way high up in the medical board for the province next door. And, we talked about it. He said, like, I could tell he was frustrated with his practice because people are coming in with all of these issues related to obesity and diabetes and all of these things. And he said, like 75%, 80% of the people who come in with medical symptoms and issues, the number one thing that they need the most is to clean up their diet and start to even exercise just a little bit. But as a medical doctor, he can't just have a client come in and say, go home and exercise and eat better and you'll feel good. Because people are coming in with, I've got these symptoms, I want you to give me pills to make me better.
Yeah.
Right. So it's part of it too, is where society's at. And if I take that example and shift it to the spiritual space, if I said, okay, if you want to be able to channel and to manifest overflow and live life in ease and in synchronicity, you got to clear all this emotional shit, which you do. And then if somebody next to me says, I'm going to give you everything Nick promised, but all you need to do is open your third eye. And I'm going to give you this magical sound wave, binaural beat frequency, and we're going to make sure your chakras are spinning the wrong way. And you don't have to do anything except for lie down on a table. Right. Okay. So of course the person's going to take that one. Right. But is that what they really need?
You can still promote diet and exercise the right way, because you have to do it first. Before you try to do this first. And that's eye-catching.
But most people don't want to do that. Most people don't have the drive.
But you're getting them in the door, and then you're teaching them your class. This is how I feel. See, and I've just started thinking about it. You're not seeing advertisements like I'm seeing advertisements. Like I got Ozempic ads. I've got take this. I've got all these. So we don't get them in Canada.
We don't have cable television here, so I don't watch TV. But we rented an Airbnb like a year ago.
In the US?
No, in the States. But we get it here in Canada. But we get the US channels. So like I don't remember what I was watching, CBS or NBC. It was like Jeopardy and then like Family Feud or something like that. I kid you not. Every commercial break, there was like 5 commercials, and like 4 of those 5 commercials were either pharmaceutical products or ads telling you not to vote for Proposition 8 because the leader of the political party of Proposition 8 was evil. Like literally, like it was all ads about government and pharmaceuticals. Is it like that all over the States, everywhere, all the time?
Yeah, so it's 80% pharmaceutical. Like if you watch CNN or Fox News or anything that's 80%. Now if I watch just football, it is 50%. It's Ozempic is one. There's an HIV drug that I can't imagine how many people have HIV, but that sucks. But it's like nonstop HIV ad, and then Pizza Hut.
But imagine the budget and the amount of money these pharmaceutical products must make to suck up 80% of the commercial airtime.
Yeah. There's 2 countries that
outbid everybody else.
Oh yeah.
On those ad spaces. So what's the other country?
Australia.
Australia's like that too. Interesting.
Yeah, there were the only 2 that can show ads for that.
And I'm getting them on YouTube now. I'm seeing ads now for stuff on YouTube about pharmaceuticals and other things that I didn't think you're allowed to even have on YouTube.
Oh, that's interesting. We got to put some web ad blockers on your computer.
Yeah. I heard YouTube doesn't like that.
They're really fighting against it.
Yeah.
But listen, I mean, it's like it does influence. Like I'm watching my son's taking an interest in football, and it's fun. But then he wants Ruffles, and then he wants Pizza Hut, and he wants all these things that he doesn't normally have, and it's addictive. Those commercials, those ads, especially when you have ad blockers and you never are influenced by that stuff. Yeah. What I'm saying is, here in the States, we're used to that, and it's not. Yes, it's hyperbolic. Okay, it is taking what you say and maximizing it. But why not? It's not. It's getting them in the door, and what it's teaching them is valuable quality stuff.
But what we're seeing, like even in social media, like if I go my homepage on Facebook now, like there's no more friends content on my Facebook homepage. Maybe 1 out of 20 posts. It's all suggested posts and ads and things that are completely irrelevant to me. It's like social media and the mass markets are just fueling us with ads and ads and ads, and that's why I'm off it as much as I can be now, because it's just too much.
Yeah, I noticed a bunch of flags were half staffed yesterday. I have no idea what happened there. Yeah, I don't know. If someone knows, they can tell, but I don't know. All I heard was the Apple Watch is being shut down.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Yeah, I can only imagine. But as far as like the death and all that fun stuff, no, staying away.
Yeah.
But like, I had a thought. I lost it. Oh well.
So let's talk about. I love this conversation about human behavior in terms of healing, whether it's physical healing or spiritual healing or working through stuff. Why do you think that? I mean, maybe humans just want that path of least resistance. It's so much easier to take a pill than it is for me to deal with my negative emotions. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, so I was watching a thing the other day, and they was talking about procrastination and motivation, right? And taking that super small first step, like if it's just opening up the computer. And so maybe that's part of it, right? Because it feels daunting. It feels like the elephant, right? I have to deal with all this stuff, and that's going to take months and months of diet and exercise and all that stuff. And
so maybe it's a perception that it's too much work for me to handle.
Yeah, you want to take the first step. You want to take that first step. That's it. And if that first step is presented to you in the right way, but who's really, I mean, Gold's Gym, I don't know, like who's really advertising the, hop in the gym. I guess now hop in the gym but there's, as far as healthy food, like, no, there's competing. You got a commercial for, to go to Outback Steakhouse.
People just want to grab a frozen pizza at the supermarket than to actually like make their own healthy meal at home, I think, in a lot of cases.
Do you? I'd be curious. In this space, though, I would be curious.
I mean, we cook 90% of our own meals, and I make sure that it's real food and nothing processed.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it didn't exist 200 years ago, then I try not to eat it.
Okay. Even so, with the process, does it like, well, a hamburger existed 200 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's just cut up meat. So yeah.
Yeah. But so like a bun, I guess you're making your own bread.
Buns are one of my few exceptions. I try to stick to like sourdough, or like a wrap if it's something I can put in a wrap.
Okay.
Buns is the one, but I mean, since I've been taking the Transform, it's way less of an issue. But I try to eat like whole foods as much as possible. You'll never see me order takeout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even remember what a Big Mac tastes like.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah, I remember you not feeling good.
Well, yeah. Well, they're smaller, so you have to eat 2 of them to not feel good. Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting, like what everyone here thinks. Well, no one's really, they don't want to answer that. But I would be curious to know what the diet is.
So here's the question for everybody. And I mean, it's a little bit early too, because we're still over a week away. But like, how are you going to improve your 2024? Yeah. What aspect of 2024 does everybody really, what's the one area of your life that you really want to level up? Drop it in the chat now.
How
I'd like
about
to-
yours? What's yours?
I would say the last year and a half for me has been not a lot of like external growth. It's been very like internally focused.
Sure.
And I can feel like a spark lighting up to like grow something big again. Like the collective in its prime 3 years ago or 2 years ago was at 700 members, which was between $50 and $100,000 a month in earnings or in revenue. We had so many people showing up. As a group, we manifested like $2.6 million in 2 months when we did the $1 million challenge. People were shifting shit like there was no tomorrow. Like it was super fun. And for the last year and a half, it's been more of a quieter phase for me. So for 2024, I feel like building something like really transformative for people again and really big with a lot of people. And I just don't know what that looks like yet, or I don't have the right inspiration for it yet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Did you
one of my
see some of the stats on this channel? Did you see? Like, I just been watching the stats. It's wild. Like, people are watching for an average of like 29 minutes
on our channel.
Yeah, on this podcast. Yeah, and it's good numbers too. Like, so it'll be really interesting. Like it's just slow, gradual build, and it's just more and more. But 29 minutes. Do you know how crazy that is?
Good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, I mean that's like
I don't know.
Like,
I'm not a YouTube
down.
analyst.
Yeah, so with Abraham, my average was 7.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 29 minutes. That means people are loving this stuff.
Awesome.
Right? You should be more excited. Come on.
Yeah, I
all
mean
about you.
it's good. I want I want to help people transform. I want people to shift their shit. I want people, if you want more wealth in 2024, I want to help you get there. I want, you're struggling with chronic pain or IBS or whatever. I want to help you get there. Like I love having these conversations and I love tuning in with all of you guys who are tuning in with us, and these interactions are super fun. And I hope we keep doing this all of next year. But I want to see people really I want people to experience such a shift that people come up to them and ask them like, what did you do differently? Like, how did you get from here to there?
Right. See, these are powerful words. We got to put these in the subject line.
Yeah, but me wanting it is not bad enough. People actually need to step up and say, okay, I'm ready for that and I'm going to commit to it. And maybe commitment is part of the issue. Maybe people don't want to commit to change. Maybe they think that there's too much work involved in committing to anything.
Okay, so let's take that first step. What's this? Let's sell me on this very first easy step, this little pill step.
I think the first step is getting clear on okay, 2024, one big change. What is that change that I want?
Right.
I think that's the first step. And then the second step is you got to line up vibrationally. So the second step is what is it that I need to shift within myself in order to get there? Because if your vibration isn't lined up with that outcome, you can't get there. It's impossible.
Yeah. So I'm seeing wealth, junk food, too much junk food. People love McDonald's. Listen.
Yeah.
And then you get body with foods that feel good, closest to nature. Raw food is delicious. Being my true self all the time. How about all the time? Something's triggering me about all the time. That sounds like a lot of work to be there.
When would you ever? So to me, I'm my true self all the time.
All the time.
And it's the easiest thing in the world.
Wow.
Why would I not be my true self?
Okay. So are we already our true self and we're just not recognizing it?
I think most people who step into not being their true self, it's when they're afraid to. There's a fear that's coming up. Okay. A fear to offend somebody, maybe.
That's interesting.
Right.
What's that? The weight of age. She wants to be young again. How are you going to reverse that?
What if age is just a mindset? I know people in their like 40s and 50s who party as much as they did in their 20s and they're having more fun.
Yeah, of course. course. So let's go into this. I like this. I like
Okay.
this. Make her, she's going to be the biggest party, the biggest fun this year, 2024.
Yeah, go for it. Do whatever
Just
you want.
yeah.
Why
So
not?
the first step, she recognizes that and then she goes back to the childhood and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's not safe to party because if I do,
Right.
right,
Right. That's it.
people are going to judge me. Okay, so you can live your life based on what other people want you to be or they want you to be, or you can live your life to be you and disappoint those people, but vibration align with other people who are on board with who you want to be in your authentic self.
Yeah. How important is it to find different people that align?
I think the ones who don't align are just as important as the ones who do align,
Okay. Like
because they're the ones
leading you.
the ones that are not in alignment with who you're being. If they're triggering you, they're showing you that there's something about you that you need to work through because you're giving your power away.
Do you eventually you have to shed those people though? I mean, it is you find time to shed it.
They shed themselves once you're vibrationally in a right space.
Okay. You
Right. So
don't
if
even
I've got
have to do
somebody in my
anything.
life, if I've got somebody in my reality that's constantly judging me,
Mm,
then there's a vibrational match there. If part of me wants them out of my reality, it's because there's a trigger that I need to work through.
right. My own alignment. There's utter change trauma this year. It needs to be integrated and put into action, open, safe, ready to receive this 2024.
Okay, so now that you guys are clear on what you want in 2024, what vibrational changes you need to make for 2024 and integrate, now what's your next step? How are you going to do that? How are you going to commit to that?
Okay, let's go through yours. So you want to grow exponentially,
Yep.
externally, exponentially.
Yep.
What's your steps?
I know that vibrationally, the work I need to do is open up to more universal support.
Yeah.
And Source wants me to detach business with finances and business with forward movement, which is something I've been wanting to, is to like really live in a reality where I'm doing business. If I could do everything that I do for free all the time,
Mm,
I would be so on board with that. But at the same time, I also want to make $50,000 a month,
sure.
right? And the mind, because of how society is put together, the way we are programmed and our expectation is, well, my income has to come from a work or a business or from somewhere. So part of my current exploration has been, how do you sever that cord between, you know, the money desire, right, and the money anticipation, completely separating that from that business aspect.
Yeah. See, that's a big one, right?
Oh, it's
Because
huge.
like, yeah, because a lot of times I'll feel really good in the moment, right? And oh shit, I haven't done any work for the last 3 days. Maybe I should do work. But meanwhile,
Yeah,
those 3 days were awesome.
and like, this webinar that I did on Sunday, like, to me, that felt like one of the best webinars I have ever done.
Mm,
Definitely the best webinar I've ever done on the topic of health and mindset health. The information in that is so good and so eye-opening. The recording is available somewhere, by the way. I don't know the link off the top of my head if anybody wants to see it. But like, I would do that webinar or variations of it like for free, like 2 or 3 times a week, if
mm.
people kept coming back and wanting it. But at the same time, if it's never creating any business growth or income growth, or then like, there's the part of me who says, well, I also need to grow my business and I also need income. So what's the balance there, right? And for me, it's about finding a way or manifesting a reality where I can just keep doing all of these things for everybody for free, while at the same time the income is flowing in from some channel that I have no idea what it would be or what it would look like. But there is a reality where that happens.
Right. And I think that would be your advice to yourself, would be that you've that trust in the universe.
Yeah,
You
but
know
here's,
internally that it's there.
here's the thing about trust in the universe. Like, that's part of it,
Sure.
right? Is calibrating to that feeling of overflow. But if you've got something vibrationally going on that's pinching that off,
Mm.
You can trust until the cows come home, but you're still not going to let that in.
And you think
Right?
you're pinching something off?
If it's not here, I'm definitely pinching something off.
Okay. So
Right?
with the support
And
thing, go ahead.
that's the biggest challenge in this work is what am I pinching off, and then how do I resolve it?
How did you get to the support one? I know I've asked you before, but I'd like to hear it again. Because it's so nuanced. Support is so nuanced that
Yeah,
it feels like a journey to get there.
I think Source pointed it out in one of our channeling sessions.
Yeah. And so could they point out what's pinching you off then?
Yeah, they'll do it in a general way. Like they do it in a way where you're empowered by your own expansion.
Yeah. When you start thinking about all that fun stuff, I mean, the webinar, you started glowing. And then
Oh,
it
it was
kind of
super great.
turns like a little dark when you started, okay, but I want to make money and I want to, it almost felt like a little shift, but maybe I'm
Yeah,
breathing too
and the
hard.
shift is like my mind saying, "But I don't know how to get there, and I need to figure it out."
Right.
And that's where I need to pull myself back and say, "No, that's old paradigm way. I need to take a step out of that and understand and remember that it's not about figuring anything out. It's about being in the right vibration and holding and basking in that support and that overflow."
Does sometime the action feel like the right vibration and then it goes too far? See, that's where I'm at. It's like, oh, this work feels like so much fun. And then one day it doesn't. And then it's almost
Right.
like, well, I need to step back again.
And I think the when it doesn't is when it's time to explore deeper,
Okay.
right? So for me, like I had the impulse for this webinar. I put the awesomest health webinar that I've ever put together. I ran it. My program got like 1 sign up, 2 signups. So like my mind wants to go, oh, that sucks because, but at the same time, it's like that's exactly what it was meant to be, and that's still perfect.
How do we get rid of the
And
results?
there could still be 100 people could sign up tomorrow, right?
Sure.
All of the people on this podcast could see the value in what I'm talking about, and they might go, wow, like $300, like for some possible life-changing shifts. Like, how could I not do that? I spend that amount of money on booze and cocaine every month. Like, I don't know.
Sure. Damn, dude. We got a wild group. Booze and cocaine. Insanely powerful calibration. All the bodies. Okay. Yeah, money. Hey, how do you get away from that result? The result, right? Because I'm with you.
I think it's
It
about
sucks to see the
understanding.
result.
There's the mental expectation result that the mind wants,
Yeah.
and then there's like the higher purpose result. So the higher purpose result is, yeah, there's no signups because the experience of no signups is there to show you that there's something you need to work through.
Okay. That sucks because if that just keeps going, eventually it's like,
But
hey, I
if
want
but if
some
you
more.
get what you're meant to get out of it, then that cycle doesn't have to keep perpetuating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm fascinated if it'll change for you because it feels like same over here. It's like I got all these channels trickling out, and it's like, oh, I'm really putting a lot of love into all this. Where's the views? But then you see 29-minute average view time, and it's like, oh, these are real metrics. These are real things. That's exciting.
Yeah, totally. Right. And I think it's about doing things because of the excitement of it,
Yeah.
right? Rather than doing things for the financial reward.
2024, rise to the top like a phoenix, and then rise yet even further and further and further every way. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, but don't forget to go as far downwards as you go upwards.
Oh, that's interesting. Go ahead. Why? Just because it.
From a spiritual vantage point, everybody's focused on raising your vibration and going upwards and raising, but you need to go down into the 3D, down in your body and grounded as much as you go upwards.
Yeah. Grounded. Not necessarily down, but.
Not down vibrationally, but
Right.
solid in yourself. Yeah.
And you can stay solid in yourself and keep rising, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about going, it's like expanding in both directions, not just one way.
Oh, that's powerful. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Exaltation equals extreme states of happiness, very aligned states of being a 5D deep vortex state. Oh, so much new exposure. See, I'd be curious how many people are like, because I didn't look at that metric at how many new people there are every week, but it's definitely is.
Maybe.
It really is, because it's growing. Collaboration, not calibration. Oh, I missed something there. Vibrationally, I need to come home to myself. I need to learn to trust myself, be confident in my abilities, and stop fearing the roots, so that I can embody home in a full sense of the word, every sense of the word.
Yeah, that's all emotional work. That's all fear and emotional work, which translates to vibration practice.
So now I'd be curious what feels unsafe if you posted a title that's a little fantastical. Not a guarantee, but
So give me an example. What's that?
No, you just go, well, whatever. I could look at a million Abraham-Hicks things.
But I think it's
one trick, because why not?
It's either you trick people into thinking that you're going to give them something fantastical, right?
They're never upset about it though. When it's good content, which you're providing great content.
Oh yeah,
who cares how they get there?
I have no doubt that the stuff that I teach is life changing for so many people.
100%.
But it's like if I walk up to somebody on the street and I said, "Hey, I'm going to give you this thing, and it's going to help you get into your parasympathetic and connect you more to source, and your intuition is going to get stronger, and you're going to feel better, and you're going to sleep better, and all of these positive things. You're going to feel younger. You're going to start looking younger. You're not going to age as quickly." Like, I don't know if that feels exciting for people.
I think the coming after them is maybe where you're getting it wrong.
Maybe.
Because I think in the past, like, we definitely advertised and advertising worked, but maybe it's a thing where come to me, I've got this thing.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of stopped trying to sell. It just doesn't feel fun.
You can still be bold with your words. I don't know. I love it.
Know.
I love it. I love
it's like I don't want to trick people into having to sign up for stuff. I want people to sign up because they want the transformation.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's not trick though. It's not trick. And like I'd be curious if you saw my titles. They're wild.
Yeah.
And I know Esther wouldn't like them. Well, I don't know that. But
oh yeah, I've seen some crazy Abraham-Hicks titles that are even completely irrelevant to the content in them.
Yeah. I always try to use a quote. So like you said, when you started describing what you were doing, it's like you can take that as a quote. And then it's not misleading at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. For a few days, I have no money and I eat lasted fruits. What's lasted fruits?
I don't know. Maybe it's blasted fruits. I don't know what blasted fruits are either. I don't know what will be. Yeah.
Wait, I should read these before I put these up, but I'm not going to. What I've noticed is people end up resentful after a while if they were sold a quick fix lie.
Yeah,
See,
but
you're not selling the lie.
But I'm not, but a lot of people are. Right.
Yes.
So that makes people kind of doubtful. So but the other thing that's funny is they'll jump from one quick fix to another quick fix to another quick fix to another quick fix.
Right.
And then they're like, well, none of these things work, so nothing works. And it's not that nothing works. It's that people buy into the more outlandish kind of claims.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for me,
on your shoulder.
When I focused on one-on-one work, I wouldn't sign up anybody, or I would rarely sign up anybody for less than 3 months.
Yes.
And the reason for that is it takes 3 months to start clearing your shit. You're not going to, very rarely are you going to step into a good mindset, emotional healing coach and start clearing big shit on your first session, because you haven't developed that level of trust needed to allow yourself to go deep. It typically takes 3 to 4 sessions for the average person to even get to a place where they can go there.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
But what you're offering is first step stuff. I'm drawn to this first step stuff. This, like, it's not a pill per se, but it's easy as that. It's as easy as taking that.
You mean what I'm offering in the 5 weeks?
Yeah, I think that it's a starting point for people.
Yeah, I mean, you have to meet people where they're at too, right? So
Okay.
I know that, if I said, yeah, I'll take on and I'll do it. If there's 3 people out there who want to do a 3-month package for $3,000, and that's cheaper than I've done it in a long time, send me an email, nick@nickbreau.com. Tell me what you want to work on, and we'll take a look and see if it makes sense. If people used to come up to me and, like, I would get emails that would say something like, "Can you guarantee that I'll manifest $5 million in 3 months if I sign up for you?"
Yes.
It's like, of course not. Right. So it's like, you also, when you take on somebody as a one-on-one client, you also have to look at their expectations and make sure they're at a rational place expectation wise with the work you're going to be doing with them.
That's interesting. I didn't know you really, like, qualify people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to, especially if they want $5 million.
It's especially if they're coming at you from the context of manifestation and law of attraction.
Right.
A lot of people have these beliefs about law of attraction and that are, it's again, it's these YouTube channels that make these promises that are just not realistic, but people buy into them.
Do you feel like people really know what they want, though?
I think everybody knows they want to feel good.
Yeah. They want that, and then they can deal with the other stuff.
Yeah.
To get there, right?
But the only true path to feeling good is work through your shit.
Phil, it's people's lack of belief due to not knowing that it's a powerful modality. Their minds, their minds don't comprehend,
Yeah, or maybe they, like I've got that podcast. What was it called? Change Your Reality.
Okay.
Where I was taking through people through clearing work and through the shifts and stuff like that. And maybe people don't believe that they can experience it too. I'm not sure.
Oh, you actually, like, walked them through the whole process? And
yeah, we did. It's on my Nick Breau YouTube channel. It's called Change Your Reality. And it was like, I don't remember how many I did of them, maybe 10. And they're on Spotify and stuff too. But I literally took 10 people through life-changing shifts.
This is the best thing you can do for your health in 2024. You did say it.
Yeah, but that's not a true statement, because
why? You said it. It was great.
My perception.
All right.
But somebody who, I don't know, has a glucose deficiency,
right?
Maybe the best thing for them is to take Transform, right? It's like, because healing is not like, nobody can know what the best thing is for anybody on any topic.
Right.
Now, based on my life experience, I know that the most impactful work is going to be the mental emotional work, because that's going to open up the channels to all of the things you do need.
Right.
Right.
I'm jogging while listening to you guys. Could this be grounding too?
If you're out of your head, yeah. But if you're listening to us and reflecting on what we're talking about more than being in your body, then no. Right? Okay. Grounding, remember, grounding is a state. It's not an activity. Now, the activity of jogging helps with grounding as long as you're not in your mind thinking the whole time that you're jogging.
Okay. It would be more feeling your body, feeling your heart type thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you wanted to say more on that.
It's like grounding without thinking, like jogging and not thinking at the same time. That's grounding.
Okay. So for me, I just keep releasing the thoughts. Like, I keep releasing thoughts, and I don't know if that is grounding, but I'm considering it that.
Well, how do you feel in your body? Do you feel like you're down here? Like, I mean, when you
I'm placing it there. When I'm I'm very heady all the time, heady. So when I'm releasing, I'm trying to shift down in my heart.
Yeah.
Okay. By just releasing that thing. Being your physical body is moving and grounding. Yeah. They love that podcast. We'll love this one more too. Hey, that was 50 minutes. That's pretty good.
Fun. Awesome. Yeah. We recovered from the technical glitches at the starting of the show.
I don't know what to do for next time. 15 minutes early. It'll work.
We'll sign in 15 minutes early. Maybe reboot my computer before signing in too.
I'll take one more.
Yeah.
How do you find your niche, your audience to tailor your marketing to, you know?
People don't sign up, she says, within the healing modalities. People don't look for a modality. People look for a solution to a problem.
Right.
So whatever solution, whatever problem you're most excited to help people solve, that's your niche.
What's your most, you think it's just the health in this one, in this case, when you're
And the
trying
one
to
that
sell it? Yeah.
the one that I'm offering now. The start date for that's January 8th, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's focused on health, and the inspiration for being focused on health is because of my transformation over the last month in the health department.
Do you sell it like longer life, or do you say get back into your jeans you wore when you were 20?
I don't sell any of that.
No, I know, but like, okay, you don't play with any of it.
So for me, it was like, 90-minute or 60-minute webinar on why you're not healing. And for most people, the reason people aren't healing or they're aging quicker or they're not losing weight is because they're not in their parasympathetic dominantly.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 5-week program to get people out of their head, into their bodies, out of the sympathetic, into the parasympathetic, which is coincidentally where where you connect to source.
Right. And so you use those words in the headlines, parasympathetic, sympathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because that's like, I don't know.
It's heady.
Well, it's not catchy, right?
Right. But that's what it is, and that's what people need. So
I know, but I'm agreeing with Abe Power. You'd like to spread your message. Viewing your message at the expense of, I don't think you have to let go of integrity. I don't believe that because I don't let go of my integrity. But I'm not against hyperbolic stuff. I want to go big.
And I don't like the words sympathetic and parasympathetic. I even get the two confused sometimes. Now I know the parasympathetic is the good one, sympathetic is the bad one. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, here it is. You want to transform this stuff? Here's an opportunity to do it over 5 weeks.
Interesting. Too scientific.
Yeah, it totally is.
but you're gonna do it no matter what, is what I'm getting from you.
Who's the idiot scientist who came up with those words?
I still haven't learned latitude and longitude. They should have taught one day and one the next day.
Yeah. Or just name them something that's more practical, like horizontal-tude and vertical-tude. There you go.
Maybe it was back in the day. But parasympathetic, say flight or fight, say those words.
Para is rest and repair, and then
rest and repair.
Sympathetic is fight or flight. And people are always either one or the other, and you can tell by how you feel in your body and whether you're in your head all the time or not.
Okay. So nervous system is a wonderful word. How about that?
Well, yeah, because nervous system is what controls everything in your body.
Like, these are good words. Now, are you fixing your nervous system? Are you fixing it?
But nobody even knows they need to fix. I mean, I don't like the word fix because it implies broken. I don't think nervous system can be broken. But your nervous system controls everything in your body. So if your nervous system is not in an optimal state, then you're compromising everything in your body.
Yeah. I'm trying to work through the words. What's the right word? Fix is a nice word. Repair is a nice word. Nervous system is a nice word. I think we throw in nervous system and then whatever we're doing to the nervous system.
Nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, "Oh, I got to go fix my nervous system today."
We're just trying to get them into the webcast. We're just trying to get them in, and then you tell them whatever.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. All right.
Well, anyways,
this is
fun
great.
chat. Fun
Thank
chat.
you.
Awesome. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties, and we'll see you all next time. Who wants to see Nick Caldwell wearing a tie every week? I know I do. Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, but here I was trying to sell you on all sorts of stuff. We were jiving. It was a good quick podcast, but
yeah.
I definitely was selling you.
All right. Okay. Bye, everybody.
See ya.